It is the morning after the night before, and Liverpool did come out and win the UEFA Super Cup. Now, the UEFA Super Cup, it is one of the trophies that I really wanted us to win this year, and I am actually so happy that we actually managed to win it. But my God, oh my God. Now, this is a game where if you were to just look at the stats, it does not tell the whole story. If you didn't watch the whole match and you look at the stats, then you'd just be like, yeah, Liverpool deserved to win. Yeah, no problem. You know, we had more shots. I think we had more shots on target as well. We edged possession ever so slightly somehow over the whole 120 minutes. But honestly, when you watch that game, I'm watching this Liverpool team that I know what we can do. We as Liverpool fans know what we can do as a team, and I'm watching us play, and I just think, this just doesn't look like we did not look like we were ever going to win that game. Even when we brought it back to 1-1, very early in the second half, and I'm thinking, all right, cool. In fact, let's just go through. Obviously, Olivier Giroud scored the first goal. First half was pretty much. I had to miss most of the first half, if not all. I did miss all of the first half because I was travelling home from work, and I'm literally I'm on my phone on my work bus, coming back. I'm looking at my phone. Apparently, we started very, very well, and I haven't seen the first half back yet. But apparently we started very well. First 10-15 minutes was, it was all good, generating chances, having, shots on goal and all that sort of stuff. And then after that, for the remainder of the half, Chelsea. Olivier Giroud scores. Apparently it was a build-up of pressure from Chelsea that just resulted in them scoring a goal. And apparently it was a pretty good goal. Not too long after that, Pulisic put the ball in the back of the net, but it was offside, and then basically went to half time. And I'm reading all this stuff on I think it was Crowd9 app, reading the commentary of it. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? Do we actually want to win this? Do we actually want to go out there and win what I consider to be quite a major trophy? Now, rival fans and such like that will call the UEFA Super Cup, which I saw bizarrely, they call the UEFA Super Cup, it's just a European charity shield. And in a way, yeah, you know what? You are right in a way, but in my opinion, it's head and shoulders above the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, because out of the entire of Europe, there's only 2 teams that can compete for the UEFA Super Cup. It's not like the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup where there's loads and loads and loads of teams that can compete for it. There's only 2 teams, and there's only 2 ways of getting there. You have to win the Champions League and the Europa League, and I really wanted us to go out there, put a statement down, and win this game. Now, whether we put a statement down or not, in a way, I think that we did, but I'll come to that after I've spoken about the rest of the goals and stuff like that as well. But yeah, I really wanted this trophy so much, and I was so disappointed when I got home. I put on the second half, and I'm just thinking there, we're 1-0 down, by the sounds of it, we're being dominated. We come out in the second half, Bobby Firmino gets subbed on for Oxlade-Chamberlain. By the way, I felt the starting lineup was a bit iffy, and I'll come on to that as well in a little bit. In fact, no, I'm going to come on to it now. Trent Alexander-Arnold should have started in place of Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez has now, if anything, solidified the fact that he's not a fullback. He can certainly, possibly, do a job at fullback. Maybe against a lesser team. But against a team that is either on your level or above you, even just a little bit below you, Joe Gomez is not the answer at right back. He has solidified the fact that he is a centre back, and I felt that Joel Matip did a pretty good job last night as well. But if you really wanted to, maybe you should have just put Trent Alexander-Arnold on at right back, I mean, even at one point when we're all thinking, right, okay, we're going into extra time at this point, maybe he's going to bring Trent on for Joe Gomez there because Gomez just wasn't having a good game. No, he took off Andy Robertson and put Joe Gomez at left back. Like, I don't understand some of these decisions. Anyway, we go into the second half. Bobby Firmino comes on for Oxlade-Chamberlain, and instantly, pretty much one of the first things Bobby Firmino does is he karate kicks, assists Sadio Mane, and that was magnificent. It was a great way to start the second half, and then I got to witness exactly what what it sounded like Chelsea did for pretty much all of the first half. Anytime we were on the ball, we just seemed to be a bit too slow. Couldn't find our passes. Our passing lanes were getting cut off by Chelsea. Whenever they got the ball, and in particular, whenever N'Golo Kante got the ball, he just caused havoc. They were moving the ball very quickly. Every time they got the ball, it just seemed to be that there was space and players available, that they were just able to pass, and get into dangerous areas. Like, this was not the performance that people saw against Manchester United, no matter what anybody says. They created chances against United, but they were playing with different players in this game, and with some different players anyway. You know, Pulisic was a danger all night. N'Golo Kante, arguably, was the man running that show. He was running the game. Make no doubt about it. It was ridiculous how good he was. And the amount of chances that it felt like Chelsea had, like, they really should have put us to the sword before 90 minutes were gone. There was a point in time I'm watching this game and I'm thinking, just, you know what, just put us out of our misery, because if you're just going to do this, then I don't even want extra time. I don't want penalties and all this sort of stuff. Just, take the sword, put it through, and just let's have done with it. We get into extra time somehow. We get into extra time and link up play again, Bobby Firmino to Sadio Mane, and it's a fantastic finish by Sadio Mane, which is almost immediately cancelled out by Adrian bringing down Tammy Abraham. Now, I say that because of what will happen in the penalty shootout as well. Tammy Abraham goes down after contact, and they get a penalty, and it is swiftly put away. I can't remember who scored the penalty for Chelsea, and it goes 2-2. And then we just ride out the rest of extra time to go to penalties. And I am literally just, I think I put a tweet out saying, I've actually been really looking forward to losing 2 penalty shootouts within the space of 2 weeks. So, yeah, this is how much, it's not that I don't have faith in the players, it's just, we were getting hammered, left, right and centre in this game, and it just felt like it was meant to be not our night, and every player steps up. We put 5 penalties away. Chelsea had put 4 penalties away. Tammy Abraham steps up to take his penalty, and he puts it down the middle. And what a lot of people are now complaining about is they're looking at Adrian and his feet being slightly off the line or a little bit off the line before the penalty is actually taken. The reason that I don't care about that is because there was no way in extra time that was a penalty. Sorry, it wasn't. Every angle that we got shown by the live broadcast, it didn't show contact. It didn't. Not in my opinion anyway. And I try my best at all times to be as unbiased as possible, and for me, I do not see that contact. And then I remember seeing in slow motion Tammy Abraham, as he's falling, he falls over and then he actually pushes off with his feet to continue falling somewhere else. So how can people turn around and say to me, he didn't dive? Bizarre. But Tammy Abraham missed his penalty, and we went on to lift the UEFA Super Cup, and I keep wanting to say Europa, and I don't know why. The Super Cup, we went on to lift it, and even if it does in some ways feel a little bit undeserved, like, because of the way that Chelsea played. At the end of the day, they had to be clinical with their chances. Penalties are cruel, no matter who comes out on top and who comes out not on top and who loses that penalty shootout. I've always said it. I said it in the Community Shield when we lost that one on penalties. All it takes is one miss, and that's all it took. It was the final penalty for Chelsea. A young lad in Tammy Abraham takes the penalty and he misses it. Obviously, he's distraught. And it's not that he missed it, he did put it on target, but Adrian, as Jurgen Klopp would say in his Rocky style. Oh, you have to love Jurgen Klopp. If you don't like people, which is also understandable at some points as well. But Adrian gets a foot to it as he's falling to the left-hand side, gets a foot to it, and he manages to save the penalty as well. Fantastic. And it's great for Adrian to get that moment as well, because he himself made some ridiculous saves in that game, and it's a credit to Chelsea as well. Like, I'm not going to turn around and say that Chelsea don't deserve credit. They played very, very well. They played better than us over 120 minutes, in my opinion, no matter what the stats say. Like, the stats will tell you a different story if you didn't watch the game, but in my opinion, over 120 minutes in total, Chelsea were the better team, and they just didn't put their chances away. We put our chances away when we got them, and then we won it on penalties. Like, it sometimes that's just how it goes. Like, it almost harks back to, it was a worse performance than the Champions League final, but Tottenham sort of swarmed over us that night as well. They were having chance after chance after chance, and they weren't clinical in taking their chances. This was a worse performance than that, and we still managed to come out on top. So whether that hopefully, breeds something into our mentality as a team, that, all right, we picked up the trophy. We've got a trophy this season. It's a big trophy, in my opinion. If you don't agree with that one, then that's fine. That's totally cool. It's just my opinion. I think this is a big trophy. I like it. It's fantastic that we've won it. But also that there is work to do. There is work to do. The work is not over. They will travel back now. I think we play Southampton at 3 o'clock on Saturday, I think. So it's a tight time frame to see how everyone's going to be. There's some players that I don't imagine will play. I'd be surprised if Fabinho plays with his cramp that he was suffering. There was quite a lot of players. The last thing you wanted to do was go through 120 minutes and then a penalty shootout. No one wanted that. I don't think, anyway. But yeah, like, massively proud of our team for doing it, for getting it over the line, for picking up the trophy. But there is definitely still work to do and a lot of things to work on for us to get back to any sort of, consistent style of play like we had last season. And just, maybe Chelsea were just really up for it that night, and we'll find out where we are in terms of the Premier League when we face Southampton at the weekend. Anyway, I am buzzing for the fact that we've won it, and hopefully we can now kick on and pick up some further victories in the Premier League as well. Let me know what your thoughts were on the game last night. Have I totally missed any points, or do you think that what I'm saying is fairly spot on? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do like this video and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you once again, and I will catch you later.